The spaceport thrummed with a restless energy, a blend of anticipation and unease that clung to the air like frost on glass. Explorers, scientists, and specialists moved through the terminal, their breaths shallow and visible in the cold, their heavy parkas rustling softly as they gathered around the central holographic display. The image above shimmered with icy blues and crystalline whites, a digital map of Ilum, the frozen planet that had become the focal point of their perilous mission. Dr. Lalara Voss stood slightly apart, her lean frame tense beneath weatherproof gear designed to withstand the brutal cold she was about to face. Her sharp features, etched with the lines of past expeditions, were illuminated by the soft glow of the hologram. She observed the faces around her each, reflecting a mixture of determination, doubt, and the unspoken fear of what awaited them. The briefing room was dim, the only light emanating from the projections that danced across the walls. Images of crystalline ice forests stretched endlessly, their alien beauty both mesmerizing and forbidding. Ancient ruins, buried beneath layers of ice and time, flickered into view pillars of shimmering crystal adorned with inscriptions that defied human understanding. Somewhere beneath that frozen expanse, a transmission had been detected, a signal that defied all known origins, calling to them like a siren in the void. Ilara came a firm voice, drawing her attention. Captain Rion Kessler approached, his broad shoulders filling the narrow space as he stood beside her. The scar on his left cheek caught the light, a stark reminder of battles fought and lives lost. His eyes were vigilant, scanning the room and the gathered team. "Are you ready for what's ahead?" She met his gaze steadily. "We have to be. This mission isn't just about exploration, it's about survival. Ilum's cold isn't just a temperature, it's a force that will push us to our limits." Nearby, Myra Thalon crouched beside a table cluttered with tools and devices, her bright eyes sparkling even as smudges of grease marked her face and hands. She was already dismantling a small piece of recovered equipment, her fingers dancing over its alien mechanisms. "If there's technology down there, I want to understand it. We might find more than just ruins." Ilara nodded, knowing Myra's curiosity was a double-edged sword. The engineer's impulsiveness could lead to breakthroughs or disaster. Yet, it was this spirit that the team needed. The room filled with murmurs as the rest of the team introduced themselves in turn. Dr. Jonas Reeve, the medical officer, adjusted his glasses and checked his medical kit with practiced efficiency. His tall, thin frame radiated a calm rationality that would be crucial in the days to come. Lena Ortiz, the communications specialist, greeted them with a warm smile, her easy humor a balm against the mounting tension. Tomas Veer, rugged and earth-stained, spoke briefly of geological challenges they might face, while Sasha, Kim, and Eli Marks exchanged notes on logistics and navigation. The briefing commenced in earnest. Ilara detailed the discovery of the transmission and enigmatic signal pulsing from beneath Ilum's ice. It was unlike anything recorded, its patterns suggesting intelligence but defying any known source. The mission: locate the origin, uncover the secrets buried beneath the frozen surface, and survive. Ilum's environment will test every ounce of our endurance, Ilara warned. Temperatures can drop below -200 degrees Celsius. The crystalline forests are beautiful but treacherous, with shifting ice formations and hidden crevasses. We must be prepared for anything. Captain Kessler took the floor next, outlining security protocols and tactical plans. His military precision was a stark counterpoint to Ilara's scientific fervor. "We're not just explorers, we're survivors. Keep your wits sharp, trust your training, and watch each other's backs." As the briefing concluded, the team dispersed to finalize preparations. The hum of machinery and voices filled the spaceport as equipment was checked and rechecked. Alara found herself alone for a moment, pulling out her journal to record her thoughts. The weight of the mission pressed down on her, a mix of hope and dread. Her mind drifted to her mentor, lost on a previous expedition. The memory was a jagged ache, fueling her obsession to succeed where others had failed. She wiped her pen across the page, vowing silently that this time they would uncover the truth and return. Outside, the cold wind rattled the spaceport's metal framework. The shuttle awaited, its engines humming softly, ready to carry them into the unknown. One by one, the team boarded, the air thick with nervous excitement. As the hatch sealed behind them, the last rays of a distant sun glinted off the ice-crusted windows, casting fractured light across their determined faces. The countdown began. This was the beginning of discovery, danger, and the desperate fight for survival on Ilum. The descent through Ilum's atmosphere was a spectacle unlike any the team had ever witnessed. As the landing craft pierced through the thick, swirling clouds, a vast panorama unfolded beneath the men. Endless expanse of crystalline ice forests, shimmering under the pale light of a distant, icy sun. Jagged spires of translucent ice jutted upward like frozen sentinels, fracturing the light into a kaleidoscope of colors that danced across the snow-covered ground. The atmosphere was thin and frigid, biting at the skin even through the layers of their thermal suits. The hum of the ship's engines blended with an almost imperceptible vibration beneath their feet, a subtle reminder of the planet's latent, enigmatic energies. Captain Rion Kessler's gaze hardened as he scanned the horizon from the cockpit. The shades of blue and white were breathtaking, yet beneath the beauty lurked a stark warning. This planet was not welcoming. Every inch of the crystalline forest could conceal unseen hazards, from treacherous ice fissures to atmospheric anomalies that could incapacitate even the most prepared explorer. His fingers tightened on the controls, steady and precise, guiding the craft to a carefully chosen clearing where the team could disembark safely. The landing gear touched the frozen ground with a crunch that echoed faintly through the still air. Outside, the team prepared for their first steps onto Ilum's alien surface. Dr. Ilara Voss was the first to step out, her lean frame silhouetted against the glittering expanse. Her sharp features were weather-beaten, evidence of her many field expeditions, yet her eyes sparkled with a mixture of awe and purpose. She took a deep breath, the cold air rushing into her lungs, before adjusting her gear and turning to the assembled team. Myra Thalen, the youngest of the group, bounded forward with an eager energy, her bright eyes reflecting the fractured light of the ice. Her hands were already busy, fingers brushing against the crystalline structures as she examined their facets, whispering excitedly about their unknown mineral composition. The grease smudges on her suit were a testament to countless hours spent tinkering with equipment in preparation for this mission. Nearby, Dr. Jonas Reeve adjusted his glasses, his tall, thin frame moving cautiously as he scanned the environment for biological clues. His medical kit was strapped securely at his side, ready for any eventuality. Lena Ortiz, the communications specialist, offered a warm smile despite the chill, her voice light as she joked to break the tension. Her quick wit was a balm for the crew, helping to keep spirits buoyed in the face of daunting uncertainty. Tomas Veer, the geologist, crouched beside a fractured ice formation, his sturdy build and keen eyes analyzing the layers and textures with practiced expertise, while Eli Marks, the navigator, consulted his instruments, plotting safe routes through the shifting landscape. As the team took their first cautious steps into the crystalline forest, the crunch of their boots on brittle ice was punctuated by an eerie, almost musical hum that seemed to emanate from the very ground beneath them. The sound was subtle but persistent, like a heartbeat of the planet itself. Dr. Voss paused, her breath misting in the frigid air as she knelt to examine the ice more closely. Her fingers brushed aside a thin layer of frost, revealing intricate patterns that defied natural explanation, patterns that hinted at artificial design buried deep within the frozen earth. Captain Kessler's voice cut through the quiet, firm, and commanding. "Stay alert. This environment is as dangerous as it is beautiful. Every anomaly we find could be a clue or a trap." Mira glanced up from a crystalline shard she held, her curiosity undimmed by the warning. "There's something about this iced structure, the way it interacts with energy. It's unlike anything I've seen before." Alara nodded thoughtfully, feeling the weight of the moment. Their mission to trace the lost transmission had led them to this alien wilderness, but already it was clear that Ilum held far more than just signals. It was a repository of secrets, ancient and formidable, cloaked in beauty and danger. The team's resolve hardened as they pressed onward, each step into the crystalline forests marking the beginning of a journey that would test their endurance, their minds, and their very survival. The alien light fractured through the ice above as they moved deeper, casting shifting rainbows on the snow that danced like ghosts. Every sound, each crunch of ice, each whispered breath seemed amplified in the stillness. The hum beneath their feet grew faintly stronger, an undercurrent of mystery pulsing just out of sight. Alara Lena called softly as she adjusted her helmet's comlink. "I'm picking up faint signals, fragments of something. Could it be the transmission?" Alara's eyes narrowed as she focused on the readings. "Possibly. We'll need to move carefully. Whatever's here, it's waiting." Tensions mingled with wonder in the cold air, and as the team ventured further, the crystalline ice forests of Ilum welcomed them not as guests, but as challengers to its ancient, frozen enigma. The first steps had been taken, but the path ahead was uncertain and fraught with peril. In the distance, shifting patterns of light flickered like silent watchers, and the team could not yet know that with every discovery, the planet was watching back, ready to reveal its secrets and its dangers only to those who dared to endure. The journey had begun. The frozen world of Ilum stretched before them like an endless cathedral of ice. Jagged crystalline pillars towered high, catching the weak sunlight and fracturing it into a kaleidoscope of cold, shimmering hues. The team moved carefully, each step crunching on brittle frost that threatened to give way beneath their boots. Dr. Alara Voss led the way, her keen eyes scanning the surreal landscape, the weight of responsibility settling heavily on her shoulders. Captain Rion Kessler followed close behind, his broad frame tense, every muscle primed for danger. He scanned the surroundings with practiced vigilance, noting the subtle shifts in the ice's surface and the faint vibrations beneath their feet. The planet's silence was punctuated only by the occasional crack of shifting ice and the distant howl of a cold wind threading through the crystalline canopy. "Keep tight formations," Kessler instructed, voice low but firm. "We don't know what this terrain hides. One misstep and we could lose more than time." Myra Thalon trailed slightly, her hands already smudged with grease from her constant tinkering. She crouched beside a peculiar metallic object half buried in the ice, brushing away frost to reveal alien glyphs etched into its surface. Her bright eyes sparkled with a mixture of awe and scientific hunger. "Look at this," she whispered, activating a handheld scanner that hummed softly. "These markings, they're unlike anything we've seen. Could be remnants of the civilization that sent the transmission." Alara knelt beside Myra, her fingers tracing the alien script. This changes everything. If these artifacts are truly relics of an advanced culture, it could rewrite our understanding of Ilum's history. But as they marveled, the ice beneath them groaned ominously. Captain Kessler's sharp gaze caught a faint fissure spreading like a spiderweb. "Move back," he ordered swiftly. "This ice isn't stable." The team withdrew just as a thunderous crack split the air. A crevasse tore open nearby, its abyssal depths swallowing light and sound. Breath caught in their throats, hearts pounding in the cold air. "That was close," Tomas Villa muttered, stepping forward to examine the fractured ice. "The planet's geology here is more volatile than we anticipated." Alara nodded, the gravity of their situation sinking deeper. "We need to adjust our route. Safety first. But we cannot lose momentum. The transmission source is close in." Certain of it, tensions began to simmer. Mira's impatience clashed with Kessler's cautious command. "We can't just sit here and wait," she argued, eyes flashing. "Every moment we hesitate, we lose ground." Kessler's jaw tightened. "Risking lives for haste isn't leadership. We survive together, or not at all." Alara stepped between them, raising her hands to quell the rising discord. "Focus on the mission. We adapt, we proceed carefully. There's no room for fractures either in the ice or among us." As dusk fell early beneath the dense canopy, the team made camp. The crystalline branches above shimmered faintly in the dim light, casting eerie shadows. Around a flickering lantern, weary voices spoke in hushed tones, the cold seeping into their bones. Myra fiddled with the artifact, sparks flying as she powered up her devices, while Kessler reviewed the day's logs, his scarred cheek twitching with tension. Alara recorded observations in her journal, her pen scratching steadily despite the fatigue. Outside, the howling wind carried an unsettling melody, half whisper, half warning. It was a reminder that Ilum was not merely a landscape to traverse, but a living enigma, watching, waiting. The night stretched long, and the team lay awake beneath the alien stars, their minds racing with questions and fears. Each new discovery brought them closer to the heart of Ilum's mystery, but also deeper into its perilous embrace. Would they find salvation in the frozen depths, or become yet another lost story etched in ice? The answer lay ahead, hidden beneath layers of frost and ancient secrets, waiting for those bold enough to seek it. The icy silence was broken only by the soft hum of Myra's device, a beacon of hope flickering in the endless cold. And somewhere, beneath the shifting crystal forest, something stirred, aware of their presence, responding to their intrusion. Alara closed her journal, eyes fixed on the silent expanse beyond their camp. Tomorrow would test them all, and in the frozen heart of Ilum, survival was just the beginning. As the first cold light of dawn crept over the horizon, the team prepared to plunge deeper into the unknown, unaware that every step forward would challenge not only their endurance, but the very limits of human courage and trust. The ice was alive, and so was the secret it guarded. With a final glance at the shimmering canopy, Alara whispered into the ice. The frozen winds of Ilum whipped mercilessly across the crystalline ice forests, cutting through the layers of heavy cold weather gear worn by the expedition team. Dr. Alara Voss pulled her hood tighter, the wind biting at any exposed skin on her weather-beaten face. She exchanged a glance with Tomas Villa, the team's geologist, who was already kneeling beside a jagged fissure in the ice. The sun hung low in the pale sky, its weak light refracted into a kaleidoscope of blues and purples by the towering crystalline formations that surrounded them. "Look at this," Tomas murmured, brushing frost from a smooth, glossy surface beneath the fractured ice. These mineral layers, they shouldn't be like this. The stratification is too uniform, too precise. Ilara crouched beside him, her sharp eyes scanning the ice. Could this be some kind of artificial layering? Tomas nodded slowly, the breath from his mouth fogging the thin air. Either that, or an incredibly rare geological phenomenon we've never encountered. But given the transmission's mysterious origin, I'm inclined to believe the former. The rest of the team gathered nearby, curiosity and concern etched onto their faces. Jonas Reeve, the medical officer and biologist, folded his arms, adjusting his glasses as he studied the fissure. If these formations are artificial, it means there's something beneath the ice, something significant. We need to be cautious. This environment is already hostile, and we don't know what else lies beneath or how stable the ice is. Captain Rion Kessler stood a few paces away, his broad shoulders tense beneath his heavy coat. His gaze flicked toward the horizon, where the crystalline ice forest stretched endlessly under the alien sky. A faint flicker of light caught his eye on iridescent shimmer dancing just beyond the nearest ice spires. "Did anyone else see that?" he asked, voice low and steady. Lena Ortiz, the communications specialist, looked up from her portable scanner. "I'm picking up intermittent signals, weak, fragmented. It could be interference or natural phenomena." Ilara's mind raced. The strange lights, the geological anomalies, the lost transmission, they were all threads in a growing tapestry of mystery. "We need to investigate further, but carefully. Tomas, can you collect samples? Jonas, keep an eye on the team's health and the environment. Captain, secure the perimeter." As the team set to work, the flickering lights grew more persistent, casting eerie reflections that danced across the crystalline ice. Shadows lengthened and twisted, and the oppressive silence of the frozen wilderness was punctuated only by the crunch of boots on ice and the distant howl of the wind. "These light patterns," Myra Thallen said, joining the group with a small device in hand. "They're almost like a signal, but not one we can decode yet. They're rhythmic, almost alive." Ilara felt a chill beyond the cold. "The Ilum enigma," she whispered, recalling the stories and warnings that had circulated before the expedition. "It's beginning to make itself known." The unease among the team deepened. Whispered speculations mingled with the howling wind. Jonas stepped forward, his voice cutting through the murmurs. "We must remember, our priority is survival. The unknown here is dangerous, and curiosity can kill." Tensions simmered beneath the surface. The discovery was exhilarating and terrifying in equal measure. The team's unity would soon be tested as the planet's secrets began to reveal themselves, and the true nature of the forces guarding them became undeniable. As night began to fall, the flickering lights intensified, casting a surreal glow over the ice forest. Ilara stood beside Captain Kessler, both watching the shifting patterns with a mixture of awe and apprehension. "Whatever lies beneath," she said quietly, "we're no longer just explorers. We're intruders in a realm that has been silent for eons." Kessler nodded grimly. "And it doesn't look like it's going to let us leave easily." The frozen planet of Ilum held its breath, the echoes beneath the surface stirring awake. The following hours were a blur of cautious investigation and mounting tension. Tomas carefully chipped away at the ice, retrieving core samples that glimmered unnaturally under the portable lights. Ilara's fingers trembled slightly as she examined the samples, noting the intricate crystalline structures embedded within. Jonas monitored the team's vitals, noting subtle signs of hypothermia and mental strain creeping in despite their precautions. "The cold isn't just physical," he warned. "It's getting into their minds." We need to rotate duties and keep morale steady." A sudden crack echoed through the ice, sharp and alarming. The team froze, eyes darting toward the source. The ice beneath Tomas's feet shifted minutely, a faint vibration that spread outward. Ilara's heart pounded. "We may have triggered something," she said. Kessler moved swiftly, signaling the team to back away. "Stay alert. This planet isn't just cold, it's alive, in ways we don't understand." As the team retreated to a safer distance, the flickering lights coalesced into a mesmerizing display, crystalline formations pulsing with ethereal energy. The Ilum enigma was no longer a distant concept, was an active presence, watching, waiting, responding. Back at the temporary camp, the team gathered around a flickering holographic map. Debates erupted over the next steps. Ilara advocated for cautious exploration, driven by her desire to unravel the mystery. Jonas urged restraint, emphasizing safety. Kessler weighed the risks and tactical considerations. Mira, eyes bright with excitement, couldn't hide her eagerness. "If we don't push forward, we'll never understand the technology here. This could change everything." Ilara's gaze swept over her team. The fractures of doubt and fear were beginning to show, but so was a flicker of determination. The planet had revealed its first secrets, and the expedition was irrevocably changed. As the night deepened, the crystalline ice forest stood silent yet watchful. The echoes beneath the surface whispered of ancient civilizations and the price of discovery. The team's journey into the heart of Ilum was only beginning, and the frozen world held more mysteries than any of them could yet imagine. The chapter closed with Ilara's journal entry. Her handwriting steady despite the turmoil within. "We stand at the threshold of history and oblivion. What lies beneath the ice calls to us, but at what cost? Tomorrow we step into the unknown." And with that uncertain promise, the cold silence of Ilum enveloped them once more. The pale light of Ilum's distant sun filtered weakly through the thick crystalline canopy, casting fractured rainbows across the frozen ground. The expedition had been trekking for hours, the biting cold gnawing through their layered suits despite the advanced insulation. Yet nothing prepared them for what awaited beyond the next ridge. Dr. Ilara Voss was the first to spot an arrangement of towering pillars rising from the ice, their surfaces translucent and gleaming like giant shards of frozen glass. She halted mid-step, breath catching in her throat. "Everyone, look up," she whispered, voice taut with restrained excitement. Captain Rion Kessler stood beside her, eyes narrowed beneath his visor. "What the hell is that?" Tomas Villa approached cautiously, his geologist instincts kicking in. "Crystalline formations. Natural, but unusual. The geometry is too precise." Ilara shook her head. "No natural process could have formed these. Look closer." She stepped forward, gloved fingers reaching out to brush against the surface. The crystal was cold, but embedded within it were strange, faintly glowing inscription symbols, unlike any known language, etched with impossibly fine detail. Myra Thalon, ever the curious engineer, dropped to her knees beside one pillar. "This isn't just decoration." Her voice was breathless as she pulled tools from her pack and began examining the structure. "There are circuits, her embedded tech. The crystal acts as a conduit." She held up a small scanner, its readout flickering in the dim light. "Ancient technology," Ilara murmured, eyes scanning the inscriptions. "This civilization was far more advanced than we thought." The team gathered, the weight of the discovery settling over them like the cold itself. Yet beneath the wonder, tension simmered. Captain Kessler's jaw tightened. "We don't know what we're dealing with. Activating unknown tech could be dangerous. Myra looked up, eyes bright but defiant. But this is exactly why we're here. To understand, to learn, and if it kills us. Jonas Reeve interjected, stepping forward with his usual cautious tone. We need to be careful. Alara raised her hands, trying to mediate. We proceed, but cautiously. We document everything. Safety first. As the team set up a temporary camp near the pillars, Lena Ortiz retreated to the communications tent, fingers flying over her console. The faint signals she'd intercepted earlier had intensified, crackling with fragments of encoded data that bore eerie resemblance to the lost transmission that had sparked the mission. Her heart raced. Alara, you need to hear this, Lena called out through the cum. I'm picking up something signals coming from the ruins themselves. Alara exchanged a look with Kessler and Mira. The stakes had just risen. That evening, around the flickering fire, the team's voices rose in a heated debate. Myra argued for pressing on, eager to unlock the secrets embedded in the crystalline pillars. Kessler countered with caution, emphasizing the risks of awakening unknown defenses. Jonas cautioned about the physical and psychological toll the environment was already taking. We can't let fear paralyze us, Myra insisted, eyes flashing. This is the discovery of a lifetime, and if that discovery kills us all... Kessler's voice was hard, his gaze scanning the frozen horizon. Alara stepped between them, the weight of leadership pressing down. We need balance. We push forward, but with eyes wide open. As the camp settled into uneasy silence, the crystalline pillars loomed like silent sentinels, their secrets just out of reach. The lost civilization of Ilum had awakened a new chapter in human history, but at what cost? The night deepened, and somewhere beneath the ice, the faint hum of ancient technology began to stir. The expedition's path had irrevocably changed. The ruins were no longer just a mystery, they were a challenge, daring the team to uncover their secrets or be consumed by them. And as Lena's intercepted transmissions hinted at a greater enigma, the question lingered: how far would they be willing to go, and what price would they pay?